I just finished recording the last part of this video, which is the problems, tech stack and things I have learned. So if you just want to look at like the week in the life or like the 2 days which I've recorded, you want to look at that, then yeah, you can. The next part of the video is that. Anyways, beside the point, if you just want to look at my tech stack and what I've learned so far, you can go to the end of the video and you can just watch the entire video if you want to help me out. Anyways, yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah guys, welcome to a new week, new video. Before I start this video, thank you for all the support, all the nice comments and emails I have gotten from the previous video. Really inspiring and motivating for me to keep going. Anyways, yeah, so I have been dealing with the API issues. So for the past 3 to 4 days, ever since I put out the previous video, I have been trying to host an API and I have been unsuccessful in doing that so far. When I say use the word so far, for now. Launch day is 11th April and so I have to hurry up. I'm trying to either procure a server or use serverless functions, publish my API, but no luck so far. Just gonna keep updating you and I'll start putting out shorts for these videos just to get some more audience, because the reason I'm doing this YouTube channel is to open myself to opportunities. It is to document the process of coding and making something new alongside my studies and personal problems, as well as like showing other people what is the direction you need to go. So like that is general philosophy behind YouTube, and so more people I attract, the more opportunities I'm able to get into the my sphere, and I'm also able to help as many people. So it's a dual-edged sword, both of them being positive, right? Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah guys, okay, so I'm on my way to maths class right now. I feel kind of defeated because I've been working on deploying the API for a very long time, and some of you who reached out, trying to talk, I sent a screenshot that's only a small percentile of the things I've tried. But yeah, I'm just feeling defeated right now. I'm trying to get my own server, so AWS setup. So after I get home, I have to finish all the technicalities, only adults are allowed to do it anyways. So I have to do it with my parents. IDs, which is not bad, they're supportive, they're ready to do it, but it takes time. Want to bug them too much. Anyways, yeah, I better hurry up to maths class because I am pretty much 5 to 10 minutes late already, and I'm a very punctual guy. Anyways, yeah, I'll come back to you when I go to sleep. Yeah guys, so I'm going to be a little quiet for now, so I'll probably raise the volume, so you'll probably hear the fan, right? But yeah, it's sleeping time. Brothers and sisters are sleeping because they have school tomorrow. I don't. It's currently 9:45, 46. Excuse my voice, which is that when I get sleepy I feel I get a dark voice. But whatever, that's beside the point. Yeah, but anyways, I'm going to be working on the server. I got the server now. So AWS, Amazon Web Services server. So with that, I'm going to be deploying the API which I've been working on for the past 3 to 4 days. And yeah, with that, then I'll be able to put it in my app, be able to update it as and when necessary, and just easier ways to deploy the app rather than tunneling, which is another thing which I will not cover too much. Yeah, pretty much it for now. I'll go work on that. I did it. Okay, so I was trying to deploy the API until now, and yeah, I have successfully done it. I'm going to build the app and I'm going to get it to the Play Store as soon as possible now. The most hype moment, I did not get my excitement on recording, but that's alright. Not everything needs to be recorded, right? But yeah, I am pretty hyped. I have got the fruit of my labor of like 10-hour days since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Not Friday. I'll say Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Four days, 40 hours of time spent on this madness. But finally, it is done. Anyways, other than that, I'm gonna keep going. Uploading to the Google Play is the next big project. And these are things like you set up once, you remember how to do it, and then you're set for the rest of the time. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna get to that then. So in this part of the video, today is, by the way, Thursday, and today is actually 10th of April. So launch day postponed to next week. So that is 18th April 2025, and that is again super hard, but we'll make it happen. So 18th April, right? But this currently I have some problems which I'll be covering here, right? This part of the video is just mainly about what I have learned so far in about 3 to 4 weeks of developing this app. And I have learned a lot, even though I had this is a lot which I have learned. So this is my whiteboard. I have had it for the past 1 year plus or something. Okay, right? I just use it a lot to keep reminders or explain things like I am right now. Anyways, it's not necessary. Okay, don't take this as it's necessary. This is what is necessary, right? Anyways. So for first thing I started off was making the AI models. So I had finished with 2 courses. One is the PyTorch course by Daniel Burke, and another one was I'm currently doing the FastAI course, right? And this requires a prerequisite knowledge of Python. So I have been learning Python 7, like on and off. It's not like a linear line or something, but I have been learning Python on and off. And so like I have like pretty good core understanding of Python, and I'm able to replicate stuff which I require into Python. So I'd say that I have enough knowledge to implement things by myself. That is correct. Yeah. I've been using Python for the AI machine learning. So 2 courses. One was the PyTorch course and one was the FastAI course. I also use Python for file system. So I'm not sure if you are able to see that. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I use Python as my file system to manage my data. So that includes like managing all the training files, testing files, all that stuff, right? So I use Python again for that, and I'm using also Python for the API. So there are 3 uses of Python, right? And in the API, I'm using it to like link my app to the model. So that's what I'm covering next. So I'm using JavaScript for my app, and that JavaScript, like we are using a framework called React. What am I using? I'm using a framework called React Native Expo, which is basically React but for mobile app development, and that is what's making the app UI, right? And that app UI was designed in Figma, right? And then I am using Firebase to temporarily, so like in this, after the prediction happens, after a successful prediction happens, or even like a failed prediction happens, all the images which are sent, because the images cannot directly be sent, because you cannot send like a raw image file through the API. You can send it to like a place where you can get a link. Using that link, it'll parse the image. So I've been using Firebase for that. I'll probably put this here. Yeah, I've been using Firebase for that, parsing the image. So I've been using Firebase as temporary image storage, so I can make the prediction and then I delete from that. So basically I have infinite storage, no data is saved, so that's also like the privacy part covered of the app. Supabase, so another database. I use Supabase only because I wanted to try something new, and I heard it was like really good. And also like I have like a lot of Firebase projects, and so it was like not allowing me. I don't know what happened, like I needed to upgrade to the Blaze plan. So rather than that, I'm like, okay, I need to try something new as well, because like I've been using Firebase for a long time. So I tried Supabase Auth, pretty good, I would say, a little bit better than like Java, like Firebase in terms of like documentation and implementation. Yeah, anyways, next is like the server I'm using for the API. So this was a little bit of a roadblock. I had to go through a lot of things, but saving you the time, AWS EC2. You have to have a card to sign up for AWS. So like unless you are like under 18, you can do it by yourself. If you are, then you probably have to ask your parents, like I had to. So we use the card, and you have to be careful about the billing. I got billed 8 rupees, like 7 cents, only because of like uploading too many files to like the bucket. A bucket is basically a storage bucket, which I'm not even using anymore. So I did get billed for that, and 720 hours of server running. So I have to continuously close the server when I'm in development, so that I can prolong the use for 1 month. And after that 1 month, I will figure out how to make some money to sustain the EC2 server, and that is also not scalable from what I've heard, but I'm using it for initial beta testing and MVP deployment. That's that. I would not recommend building your own AI if you have, unless you have to, right? I would generally recommend something else, but I am doing this because I know in the long term this can work. Trying to build something short term just for like playing or something, sure, you can use these separately. If you want to use them together just for fun, you can probably use like an external service. One good one is Clarifai. So Clarifai.ai is basically a service which allows you to build AI with no code. So that is pretty useful. Now let's jump to the problems I'm facing. So this is like more of the general week in the life video, right? So problems is right now security. So right now the Fast API server is working, which is on the AWS server, is working on HTTP. So that's HTTP, right? And in layman terms, HTTP versus HTTPS is that HTTP is insecure. Anyone can come in between and they can take over. Versus HTTPS, what is that? It's an encrypted line. So to make it into HTTPS, I need a domain, right? And to get a domain, again, you need to pay. That's going to be 86, 87 rupees, maybe 100. Right? Depends on which domain I'm getting. I will get a pretty simple one, so I can host both the website and the API temporarily on that. Maybe I'll give it off or something. I don't know. And then after that, the Google Dev account. So the Google Dev account is a one-time fee, and the reason I'm taking Google Dev account is because Apple is like crazy in like its developer fees. So Apple will take $99 a year. So for in INR, that is approximately, that's $100. 100 times 80, 8,000 rupees per year for development. And it also has like a very strict developer thing. Like if you don't know what Spotify and Apple are going through, like that is more than enough to tell you how the developer experience is on iOS and Apple. iOS/Apple, iOS software. Anyways, right? So Google Dev account 2,500. I'll be doing Android only for the first amount of time. And then app building. App building is like really hard because I don't know. I just suffered from it a lot. Like there's a lot of things which go into like building an app compatible and which is working. And also like again, security comes into the app building, because when you build an app, the code gets like revamped because you're going from JS to like Java, Kotlin, things like that. So what happens when you bundle it into that is like a lot of things get switched out, get changed, which is not actually desirable, right? So you want to keep your API keys very secure. You don't want to put them raw in the code. But anyways, yeah, that's all I have learned. This is everything I'm using. That is basically all the resources I have used. Figma was used for designing. Again, I'm going to say it again because I don't think I said it properly. Right? This is basically my stack. This is everything I've learned, and these are all the problems I'm facing. Yeah, I'm going to record the intro now, which you probably must have seen.